welcome to Rapid Reviews Podcast Radio. I said it backwards, doesn't matter. Episode 244.
No do-overs.
No do-overs here. One take. We're a one-take show. I am your co-host, Kiley Wilde. I am joined by my ever-present co-host, Pete Beckett, on one of these sides. Is it this side? Let's see. My thing is delayed. My feed is delayed, so I have no idea if I'm pointing in the right direction.
I don't know either. Look, my camera's mirrored half the time. I could never bloody know. Stupid Discord. Hello.
Howdy. It is hot AF. And that's probably all we're going to talk about here because it is hot AF. And I'm dying.
I think it was hotter earlier on in the week, but it's still pretty warm.
I would make a joke, but it would be at my own personal expense. And I will not do that. So... This is usually the part where I, talk to guests or whatever, but we don't have guests because they don't want to come on. No, I'm kidding. No,
Kylie banned them.
Yes. No more guests. I don't want to talk to any other humans. No, I'm kidding. But don't you love that dead air that I just did on a recording? It was me drinking.
Yeah.
And there's more dead air.
Because I was drinking.
Now P was drinking. This is our ASMR, our... misophonia special.
One I'll never listen to. Gross.
Yes. But this is where I usually ask people what they've been up to, what they've been doing, all that good stuff.
Because it's only me, you're going to have to put up with me and deal with it.
I'm just going to have to ask Pete.
Sweet.
Yeah, what,
all right,
Pete?
cool.
What?
Yeah, great.
Tell me, what?
Fantastic. Yeah, brilliant. Right, we don't speak to each other every week. Yeah, cool.
I know, we talk before the show, we talk after the show, but hey, I don't know, I haven't talked to you
I know,
at all today.
Look, we do talk, but we never actually ask each other how we are. We literally just sat there talking about food. We really don't.
Food is so good, though, Pete.
I know, it's because we ask each other how we are on the podcast, so that's why we do it.
That's why, but for real, y'all, Pete barbecued, and I'm just like, can't I just do that? Can I just barbecue for myself?
I mean, you could have, if you lived closer, I would have invited you over, but you know.
Yeah, I have to pre-plan because I have to fly in.
I mean, you could. It's up to you.
I know, it's true. Anyway, Pete. Yes.
Yeah, my week's been good, I guess. Unfortunately, I'm back in training, and I'm killing myself from doing football training, so, yeah, Friday was another fun one again.
Holy crap, though. But yes.
Yeah, that was a hot evening doing that.
Yeah.
On Thursday. Oof.
Because I also obviously worked out as well.
Yeah.
But we'll come to that later.
But,
anyway.
Yeah, so other than that, it's been relatively good. I've played some games, and I played a new game this week, which is great.
What? No way. But you play games?
I do. It's strange, isn't it?
That's so wild.
I know, but...
Aren't you too old to play games? Someone asked me that the other day.
You're never too old to play games.
Yeah, I was like, are you kidding? Because you're, younger than me. Are you joking? No, aren't you too old? Okay,
never.
No. Never.
So, anyway, yeah, I've been continuing on with Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Oh, yeah. I do want to start that.
I am now in Act 3. Holy cow.
Ooh.
I got stuck on a boss, another one, for quite a while, and I finally managed to defeat them. Was it last night or this morning? It was this morning.
They all run together.
They all do run together. No, it was yesterday morning. Yeah, it was. Anyway, doesn't matter when I did it. I did it. So I'm now into Act 3, which essentially is oh, you have one more objective to do, but you've got so many things that you can do around the world. Go do those things. Kind of like how it does with Final Fantasy VII on Disc 3.
Yeah.
It's you could go to Northern Crater, or you can go do this myriad of other amazing things.
Yep.
So I'm trying to do these other myriad of pretty awesome things to try and get some more powerful crap.
Cool.
Which is proving fruitless because everything is kicking my damn ass. So... as per usual.
Grinding
this is quite normal. Apparently there is a really good grinding area to go. That's what she said. But I don't know where it is at the moment. But I'm also trying to pick up a really powerful Picto that I can use.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find out what to do, but to get said Picto, I have to defeat 4 incredibly difficult bosses to then face off and against an even more incredibly difficult boss. So yeah,
That's
great.
the way it always goes, yeah.
But I'm currently grinding it out at the moment for because one of my Pictos that I picked up after one of the bosses means that I can exceed the maximum damage of 9,999 on a single hit.
Over 9,000!
Yeah, so I obviously once I've unlocked it, the Lumina for it, it means I can use it for all the party. So having everyone who could do over 9,000 damage is pretty impressive.
That is pretty cool,
Then pair that with roulette, which means that I have either a 50% chance of doing half damage or a 200% chance of doing more damage. Well, so no, sorry, it's a 50% chance of doing 50% damage, or a 50% chance of doing 200% damage.
That's like Kate Sith's.
Yeah, it's called
Final
roulette.
Fantasy ability. Yeah,
It's
that's
awesome.
Wild.
So I've got that equipped for every single party member at the moment. It's amazing.
Sweet.
I've also got a build with one of the characters called Mael, who literally, after every single parry, will regain health.
Oh, cool. I like that. That's very cool.
I was doing it against the boss earlier, and I managed to accumulate 16 times of perfect parry, meaning that it, like, pretty much regen her entire health bar.
That's cool.
Incredible.
I like that.
So yeah, I've got a good build going on so far. It's taken me a long time to get to the point where I found a good build, but I got there. So yeah, absolutely loving that game. Like, without that, if it hasn't been apparently obvious, this is definitely going on the Game of the Year list, for Christ's sakes.
I'm gonna have to play it.
Please do.
I'm gonna have to.
Before
I'll
Game of the Year, you have to at least give it a try.
Yeah, I've got one new game I'm gonna be playing soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to fit it in there. That's what she said.
Really?
But what have you played anything else?
I have, because there was a game that came out on Friday for PS5, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series, PC, Switch, and Switch 2.
Ooh.
And it's a remake of a classic from the 2000s. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4.
Of course, yes. I drank a lot, you can tell. Yes!
Yeah, so anyone who doesn't know, this is a skateboarding game from Tony Hawk.
Anyone who doesn't know is too young.
No, these games were very popular back in the late 90s and early 2000s, right up until Tony Hawk's Pro Skate 4, Tony Hawk's Underground and Underground 2, and then PS2 days. The PS3 days didn't do so kindly for the old Tony Hawk's, but it has had a revival in the last few years with the fact that they did Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remastered, and this is the next one. However, this is a bit different because this is not made by Vicarious Visions like the last one was, because they've been absorbed by Activision. This one has actually been outsourced to Iron Galaxy. Galaxy, who are notable for quite a few ports, but were also the developer of season 2 to 4 of Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
They're not a bad studio, actually. They've made they're hit and miss at times, but they're not a bad studio. So this one is basically a remaster or remake of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 in one package. It pretty much unifies the mechanics across both of the games, which has annoyed a couple of people because there are certain things that you could do on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 original that you now cannot do on this one. It had a more open-ended system to be able to play the levels rather than the 2-minute times that you had. But you can change it into free roam and do other things to basically make it like that. I actually haven't played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 before, and I have not played it yet on this one. I have a lot more affiliation to playing 3, so I'm going through and playing that a lot.
3's the superior one.
So far I've done the Foundry, I've done Canada, and I'm up to Rio, which is the first competition, and it's annoying the hell out of me because I keep bailing during that competition. that run, you only get 1 minute to actually get the best score that you can, and it's like if you bail, it takes points off, and it's kind of annoying. But game is really, really fun. Like, but I have found it very, very confusing because the way that analog sticks used to be back on the older controllers, like the PS2, they used to be at the bottom of the controller, so it meant that you didn't have to default to them. Now with the analog sticks at the top, it's making it a lot more awkward, and I always used to play with D-pad, so I find myself switching between the two like frequently, and it's getting quite annoying. And I'll be honest, the Xbox Series X D-pad is not the best. So I just find that the manuals were easier to do with the D-pad rather than anything else. And doing the button combinations for special moves as well was a lot easier. But it is really fun. Still a really, really fun game. I am quite annoyed that a couple of songs from the soundtrack didn't make it in, like Wish by Alien Ant Farm.
Yes! God, I love Alien Ant Farm.
I don't, and I've seen them live. They're kind of terrible.
Oh, they're awful. They're awful, but they're the awful that I like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but that was the only song of theirs that I really liked, Wish.
You didn't like their cover of Annie, Are You Okay? Or Smooth Criminal? Oh my
I mean, of course, but it got overplayed.
It was so bad.
It got overplayed like hell on Kerrang, so it was like, ugh.
That's okay.
So,
Good point.
But there was also another song that didn't make it onto there, which I'm actually really, really disappointed about, and that's Pulse by Mad Capsule Markets.
Oh, yeah.
Just come on.
I know, I do find it funny, the licenses they couldn't get. I always find that weird.
Yeah, I found it a little bit confusing.
What else are you doing with that song? Nothing.
It's alright because CKY are back on there with 96 Quite Bitter Beings, which is great because listening to that was just like, oh, nostalgia.
Yeah, like just...
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Nana says, this week, despite how insane it has been, by the way, we're now on 6 out of 7 days for errands. God, that's crazy. Oof. I managed to finish the first part of Season 2 of Zenless Zone Zero.
Nice.
I did it. And played more Lego Marvel Superheroes, which is very cool. The latter game is good, but God, that camera sucks. Lego cameras always suck, but I do love Lego games. Dinger says, oh, I know which, but he's talking about on the Expedition for T-Free. And then Mike says, thank goodness for game mods.
Danker, if it makes any difference to you, that boss at the end of Act 2, holy crap.
I can actually play the darn game with game mods. I can actually... Wait, I reread that. Instant Recovery, Chef's Kiss. I did watch a BBC interview with Tony Hawk, which spoke about why some songs didn't make it in. And oh, really?
Yeah, it's about
and it wasn't due to licensing, but rather mixing in some new songs with the old. Okay. I just assumed.
No, I respect it, but it's sort of like, well, there are a couple of songs that I felt probably should have been there. And yes, okay, they got Motorhead back for it because...
Yeah, you have to.
I mean, you have to because it was on the title screen. And
yeah,
to be fair,
exactly.
I was watching... I actually just let that whole movie play out when I started the game up. I was like...
Yeah.
Oh, this is the most nostalgic thing. Even though it's like new, it was like... This is like brand new nostalgia. In fact, I might even just call the episode brand new nostalgia.
I like that, yeah. Nostalgia ain't what it used to be. That's very interesting.
Nana, can you note that down in the chat for me, please? Thank you.
So
anyway, that's my week for gamage or gamage, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, how's your week been?
Nice.
What have you been playing?
It's been hot. I'm a little bit all over the place this week. Just one of those weeks, you know. Just one of them days. All about the he said, she said. What? And I played a very cool game that I am becoming obsessed with. It is not what it appears to be.
Basically, pretty much most games that you play at the moment.
It's true. That is so true. And I'm loving it. Like McDonald's, I am loving it. Da 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 da.
Said nobody ever about McDonald's.
Not sponsored. What
are you talking about? We're not sponsored by anyone at all.
Okay, Wayne's World. I see the choice of a new generation. Little, yellow, different. Anyway, That's for anyone who's ever watched Wayne's World. But
I don't see myself
Lakeview
selling out, man.
I love Wayne's World. We should watch that.
We should do a watch along
this
on Wayne's
podcast.
World.
Yeah, just turn it on now.
Yeah.
But
We
anyway.
need to do a podcast. We can just watch Wayne's World and just get flagged for copyright.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting flagged for. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's called Lakeview Valley. Now, I started playing this because I saw Call Me Kevin play it. I saw I Am Krusty play it. And it was hilarious. There are cuts of it. I think Krusty streamed it and Kevin does his edited videos. And they highlighted some of the parts that were really kind of funny. And it was like this psycho version of Stardew Valley. Which I'm on board with anything that is like a psycho version of fill in the blank. But
Yeah, so you're a big fan of the psycho version of Psycho.
Yes. Sure. Actually, I watched
also known
one...
as the 1998 remake of Psycho with Vince Vaughn.
Okay, with Vince Vaughn. Guys, for anyone who's too young to remember this, it was a shot-for-shot remake.
With Vince Vaughn.
Why? With Vince Vaughn, who looks nothing like...
Anthony Perkins.
Perkins? Yeah. Looks nothing like him. Not that matters, but it was just a weird shot-for-shot remake, and I was just like, why?
It was kind of shot for shot, except they decided
shot
to go.
for shot.
No. There was a couple of moments.
Welcome to our podcast.
No, there was a couple of moments where they went a little bit more graphic with the perving scene, where you can sort of generally imply that he was actually masturbating.
Yes, so Pete brings up a good point, which is a weird thing to say. But, no, he does. And that, yes, the ones that weren't shot for shot were more I don't know, it's dumb. That's not a game. What am I talking about? I'm talking about video games. Anyway, our wonderful people at home listening, Pete has muted himself while he died laughing. So
I didn't actually.
Lakeview Valley.
I just died.
Oh, he just died. Lakeview Valley. So so on the surface, it's very kind of like a psycho version of Stardew Valley, like I said. Well, then you start playing it, and you do get to like fix up your house, and I still don't figure out how to plant seeds or anything. I got seeds, and I got a watering can, and I got a shovel, but I haven't figured it out yet. That's above my pay grade.
That's right, not everyone in the world knows how to plant their seed.
I'm not touching that, and I mean that literally and figuratively. But
It's one of those podcasts today, guys.
it is. I have had 3 shots of tequila. I'm on 4.
Oh, Mike, don't give me bloody ideas. I probably need to see whether or not Kurt has actually watched the remake of Psycho now. Oh, God.
You should watch them. For Halloween, you should watch both of them.
Oh, don't, because I absolutely would love to rewatch the original Psycho.
Yeah. The original Psycho is great. I love What's-His-Face.
That is the film that got me into cinema.
Hitchcock. That's I love Hitchcock. I said Hitchcock.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about Lakeview Valley. Eventually I'll be done with it. Anyway, so it's more than just murdering people and fixing up your house and planting seed.
It's about murdering people and putting them in the walls of your fixed up house.
No. It is about, this is not a joke. This is not a joke what I'm about to say. This is not Kylie joking. It is about graphic, pixel, sex minigames.
Oh. That...
I was very shocked. I was like, oh, wow,
Part of me really wants to name the episode Graphic Pixel Sex Minigames.
I'm so glad that I didn't stream, literally, I didn't stream my continuation or record it, because YouTube would have absolutely kicked me off 100%. It's insane. It is insane. That happens, and then there's some kind of witch involved, and some devil worshipping, and some human sacrifice, and a little boy says you better be nice to him or he'll tell everyone you did something naughty to him. And I'm just sitting there going, what? What have I got myself into? I just wanted to paint my house and grow some apples or something.
Grow some apples?
Yes.
I do like them apples.
Mike says, at first you have my curiosity, but now you have my attention. I don't
All right,
know
Calvin
if
Candy.
you can... I don't know if you can find that on YouTube, but if you look up Lakeview Valley, maybe, but it is shocking how much detail you can see in a pixel in an 8-bit game. Yes.
Yeah, I checked in on that stream very, very briefly and heard you sort of saying, I need to actually make sure that I don't get like flagged on this one.
Yes. So, but I'm still obsessed with, like, it's still, like, all that weird crap that just flowed from my mouth, which is not actually, that was all real. It's not a drunken hallucination. But all of that
crap. It might have been, though.
It might have been, maybe. But I actually am a bit addicted to it. Not the graphical pixel sex mini games. I hope I'm past that part. That's not fun for me. It's just not fun for me. The painting my house is fun for me.
Said literally nobody but you.
Yeah. It's a weird angle to take. That's what she said. But yes, I don't really care about the whole devil worshipping witch lady weird town the town's on a time loop. So you repeat the week over and over, kind of like Groundhog Day, but a week. But you start to see that there's a dark underbelly, you know, because the graphical pixels.
Like Groundhog Day.
Yes.
Oh.
I can't read that, but it's hilarious. It is quite funny, Mike. So after that, I did play another game. For Weird Game Wednesday,
Wait,
did
this
say
wasn't your Weird Game Wednesday?
No, that was actually supposed to be the previous week's Weird Game Wednesday.
Okay.
But I missed that Wednesday. So I thought, I'll substitute it for Monday. Because it is a mayhem type game. It was weird. So Wednesday, I played a game that I said about 16 million times, this is a weird game. And the reason I said that is because it's not even really a game. It is. But it isn't. It's also made by Netflix Gaming. It has won a butt ton of awards. It is called Oxenfree.
Oh, yes, of course.
And the concept is quite interesting. I'm not gonna lie. But it's not a traditional game. It's not a walking simulator. But it's not a visual novel either. It's kind of like if you smushed all of them together.
It's a cinematic adventure.
There you go, Pete. You should be in marketing. You do get these. It's weird because the premise is odd. I didn't really understand it anyway. So you're just kids. You're teenagers out having a night in a town where teenagers aren't supposed to hang or something. I didn't really get that premise. But if you go stand in these certain areas, you can take an old-timey radio.
I mean, you could do an old-time rodeo too.
I mean, you could too, but it would take up a lot of room. And the horses might be dead.
And it'd be pointless as hell because you wouldn't be able to communicate with everyone.
No, you would just be riding horses. But you could take an old-timey radio and you can, like, hear past recordings, or you communicate with this, I'm assuming, an alien being. Mike Tindo says, it's an experience. Yes, it's an experience, all right. It didn't compel me enough to keep playing, but I did like the idea behind it, but it's more one of those that I'll get bored one day and then go look it up on YouTube and see how it finished.
Yeah.
So I can't say that I recommend it, but I have a way different, I like games where you paint houses and grow things.
So not enough game in your video game then.
Exactly. And then, Nana, do you remember what I played on Friday? Because I'm looking and I don't remember what that is. What is that? I don't remember what game I played on Friday. Oh, yeah, because yes, thank you, Nana. Because I only streamed for like half an hour because Friday wasn't a good day for me. It's just a rough part of the week for me right now. It'll be fine. But Brotato is fun if you like little shooters. It's one of those little shooters like the whole vampire shooty thing.
Vampire Survivors.
Yeah, that, and I guess is that Bullet Hell? Is that what is considered Bullet Hell? Yeah. So it was cute. He didn't look like a potato. He looked like an egg. But yeah, Nana says it's the Vampire Survivors.
So basically, what you're saying is it's egg-tato.
He is an egg-tato. He's a dictator. But I should have named him Dick. But anyway, it was fun, and you get to put him in costumes, and you get to shoot things, which are my favorite things about video games. Thank you. That was my report on my summer vacation. Now back to Pete, who will tell us news while I drink some more.
Damn.
Because I gotta get through this weekend.
Okay then. Sorry, I was just looking something up.
Now the news with Pete. Back to you in the studio.
Yeah, I'm just looking at something because there was a follow-up to a story that we were covering a few weeks ago. I thought I should include this.
Okay.
It's only going to be quick because, well...
That's what she said.
No.
Maybe she did.
So, do you remember that we were talking about the casting of a Street Fighter movie?
Yes.
That had 50 Cent being cast as Balrog. Yeah.
Who is an actual good actor, I think.
Yes. So there has been a couple of new additions to the cast.
Okay.
Which is quite interesting. One of the characters you wouldn't expect to see in a Street Fighter movie, let's be honest, because they're not part of the main cast.
Oh, okay.
And they're not I wouldn't say the most popular character other than being a joke. Dan.
Oh, goodness. Dan with the hair.
Yeah. So they've got the comedian Andrew Schultz playing Dan.
I don't know who that is. What else is he in?
Neither did I. I have no idea. Anyway.
Okay.
This one might be interesting to you because they have announced who's going to be playing Vega, which is Orville Peck.
Who is that? What's he been in?
Don't know. It doesn't tell. Oh, it's the country singer.
I don't know who that is.
Well, he's a masked country singer. Anyway, the most interesting one is they've now cast M. Bison.
Oh! Who have they got?
David Dasmalakian.
From? Because I have no idea.
He was the one who played Polka Dot Man in The Suicide Squad.
Oh, wow.
Which I think is a really damn good choice.
Wow. I am a little shocked and never would have thought of that. Wow. That's very cool.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. So
that is very cool.
He's a decent character actor, so he might end up being a really good choice. And it's fair to say that actually the casting has pleasantly surprised me for this so far. I'm totally open-minded. This is I don't know if this is filming currently as we speak. Former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Hiroki Goto is E Honda. Thanks,
now that
makes sense, and I'm quite happy about that as well. So, yeah, the casting so far has been really, really interesting for this, and I'm much more pleasantly surprised and a lot more interested to see this now.
I have to see
it's currently it'll be filming in August, I believe, over in Australia, so it should be due on course for next year's release. So
interesting.
Yes.
So
what are you looking up?
I'm looking up this guy.
What, David Duffman? That's Malakian.
Stay in browser.
Okay.
What is his name?
Well, it's hard to pronounce. So just search The Suicide Squad on IMDb.
Well, no, who's being Vega?
It was the country singer. I can't remember his name now.
Oh, man. Okay.
Andrew Scholes, I think it is.
Andrew.
Well, I think his main gimmick is that
fine.
he's a masked country singer, which makes sense for Vega. Because he's masked.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know.
See, for those who don't know, Vega is very sassy.
And handsome.
And what?
And handsome. And
Very
very
handsome.
vain.
Very vain, but he's very sassy.
And-
He's very, like...
I wouldn't even say sassy.
Pretty.
He is
He's so
absolutely...
pretty.
No, he is a violent
Oh, he's very
sociopath
violent.
whose
Yes.
main gimmick is everyone else is ugly compared to my beauty.
Yes,
So
but he's
everyone
also
must
very,
die.
He's very theatrical, very dramatic.
Flamboyant, as Mike puts
Flamboyant,
it.
that's the word. Yes, Mike got it. I love Vega. He's my favorite Street Fighter character.
Vega is
In the
cool,
Street Fighter
actually.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His playstyle
Because
sucks so
because
much
he's
ass.
got... yes. But he's also got Wolverine claws, so...
Well,
I
yeah,
need to
of
climb
course
on the
he did.
fence. Anyway.
Yes. Yeah, so... interested. We've also got a couple of follow-up stories that we'll quickly run through.
Okay.
Because we spoke at length and ad nauseum about the Xbox situation, including I
Exactly,
need to
Mike.
add this addendum
Gosh.
to the show, because
Sure.
after we listened, regular listener and best friend of the show, Mike Tendo, said that our nickname for Phil Spencer was terrible, and
yes.
and said that he should be now henceforth known as Pill Dispenser.
Pill Dispenser.
So
Sleep
yes.
Pill.
Pill Dispenser is a better name. Anyway,
Corporate Shrill
yes.
Dispenser.
Well, anyway, so you remember we were talking about Romero Games?
Yes, because I love him.
Yeah, so
I have a
Romero
picture of
Games,
him.
the studio founded by John and Brenda Romero, that was thrust into the spotlight this week following Microsoft's significant cuts,
Yes.
has denied that it's closed its doors.
I'm so glad.
So it was reported that they'd lost their funding for an unannounced shooter project after Microsoft pulled its publishing agreement. Later, an employee claimed that the whole studio was being let go as a result, and a second employee echoed this claim in a report by the Journal. In a newly published statement addressing the studio's status, Romero Games has denied that it's closed its doors and stated that it has been contacted by several publishers who are yet to save its unannounced project. So, quote, "We want to address recent reports regarding the status of Romero Games. These reports have contained inaccuracies and we feel it's important to set the record straight. The funding for our project was pulled and our game was cancelled. Due to confidentiality agreements, we cannot disclose the publisher's identity, though some may infer it from public information. As a result, we now have to reassess the entire staffing of our studio. Romero Games is not closed and we are doing everything in our power to ensure that it does not come to that. Any suggestion otherwise is factually incorrect. Indeed, we were in the studio today to discuss next steps with the team. We've been contacted by several publishers interested in helping us bring the game across the finish line, and we're currently evaluating those opportunities. We appreciate the outpouring and support. We will share further updates as we are able to." So, kind of good news, I guess.
I think so. I didn't think they'd close.
No, I thought it was a little bit strange that Microsoft had their fingers in the pie of this one that meant that they would close down, because you would think
Yeah.
that if they've got a couple of games on the go, which, I mean,
And
considering
he's
it's John Romero,
independently-
which you know exactly what he's like.
I was going to say, he's independently comfortable.
Yeah, so you would think that he would have some sort of other deal arranged with someone else for another game, so one game being funded by Microsoft wouldn't necessarily completely derail the entire studio, but
That's why I was like, that's sus.
yeah, but it was obviously being very heavily reported, so I'm glad that they've come out and clarified it, and I really do hope that they find, well, either they find another publisher who's willing to go ahead with this and Microsoft aren't complete dickbags about like the licensing agreement that they've got, because you know what corporations
They
are like when
can
it comes
be.
to that.
I was going to say, yeah.
And hopefully it's a publisher that isn't another complete dickbag, but you know,
Right now
or they just go fully independent and release it via like crowdsourcing. Who knows?
Yeah.
If they do, then
Well,
I'd be more inclined to probably back it myself.
I was gonna say he's got the clout. That's the thing.
Yeah. So, anyway, moving on to another story that we spoke about last week, which was to do with Subnautica 2. Things have got very interesting, and I say very interesting because they weren't already interesting enough. Kylie wanted this included in the docket, the first time she's been involved in the actual show making for quite a number of years.
It's true.
And this one wasn't a rumour.
I know! This isn't a fakey fake. It's a really real.
I know. Congratulations, Kylie. You can claim your medal for participation.
Yay! I'm a participant.
So, Subnautica 2's development changes have taken another dramatic twist, as former developers claim that they're launching legal action against the publisher Krafton, which has now accused them of, quote, abandoning the project.
Yeah, which is just untrue.
So last week, Krafton shared the surprising news that Unknown World's leadership had left the company, including CEO Todd Gill, a co-founder and creative director Charlie Cleveland, and co-founder and technical director Max McGuire. No reason was given for the departures, nor statements from the departing leadership, but Krafton claimed that the Unknown Worlds trio had left despite their efforts to keep them involved in the game's development. Steve Paputis, by the way, I heard that in a Skill Up video, and I was so happy I got that name correct last week. So
it's a fun one to say.
Paputis. Previously CEO of Striking Distance would take over as Unknown World's CEO. It was later confirmed that Krafton was delaying the release of Subnautica 2, which is the second most wished for upcoming game on Steam, to 2026.
I can't wait.
No.
I love it.
So,
I love Subnautica.
Anyway, a Bloomberg report alleged that Krafton has made the decision months before it was due to pay $250 million bonus to the dev team, which leadership had planned to share with the studio's employees of around 100. The sequel's delay was against the wishes of the studio's former leadership, it's claimed, and by delaying the game into next year, the company is now unlikely to hit the targets which would trigger the payout.
They are so wrong. That's mean. They're doing that on purpose.
According to Bloomberg's reporting,
that's so wrong.
Krafton issued another statement on Thursday. Hello. On Thursday, claiming that the delay was not influenced by any contractual or financial considerations, but instead to improve the game, contradicting a social media post by the former director, claiming it was ready for early access release.
Yeah, they've been saying that for a while. That's why I was surprised to hear any of this.
Shall we continue and then we'll discuss a bit more? So, furthermore, Krafton's new statement accused the former leadership team of abandoning their responsibilities in order to work on other projects, including a film, which is said led to the delays of the game, and claimed that 90% of the $250 million payout was allocated to the three execs. Quote, Krafton believes that the absence of core leadership has resulted in repeated confusion in direction and significant delays in the overall project schedule. The current early access version also falls short in terms of content volume. We are deeply disappointed by the former leadership's conduct, and above all, we feel a profound sense of betrayal by their failure to honour the trust placed in them by our fans.
Oh, that was harsh. That was harsh.
So then again on Friday, the drama deepened as former creative director Cleveland claimed the former Unknown World's leadership had filed a lawsuit against Krafton.
I don't blame them.
Quote,
that was harsh.
Suing a multi-billion-dollar company in a painful, public and possibly protracted way was certainly not on my bucket list, he wrote. But this needs to be made right. Subnautica has been my life's work, and I would never willingly abandon it or the amazing team that has poured their hearts into it.
Yes,
so in one final twist, because this is quite the interesting dive down to the deep.
I was gonna say, very good. Very good, Pete.
A selection of confidential slides showing Subnautica 2's development progress leaked online, suggesting that its content had been downsized due to missed deadlines. In an unprecedented move, Crafton published a press release soon after the leak, confirming the documents are indeed real, which they never usually do.
Yeah, because they thought that was going to help them and not the other guys. Anyway.
So, quote, given these circumstances, Crafton has determined that transparent communication is necessary and chosen to confirm the authenticity of the document. Crafton believes that minimising speculation and ensuring accurate communication with players must take precedence.
Oh, but it didn't, a year ago.
No. So, according to Jason Schreier, the former employee's lawsuit against Crafton is for breach of contract.
Yes, which I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would actually get behind that.
So, I actually didn't know about this story until this came up literally minutes before we recorded.
Yes.
Good God, this is mental.
It is. It was so crazy because last week on everyone's radar, it was just a little like, oh, the original creators of Subnautica have left the company.
Yeah, that's
all we heard.
Did. We were like, oh yeah.
We did it. Everyone did
anything.
it. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it just like, it grew and grew and grew. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's like videos all over YouTube and everything for your deep dives. Haha. For those who don't know, Subnautica takes place underwater.
I know, that's why I did my really terrible
Yes, that's
pun.
why. Exactly. Mike says it's abysmal!
Oh.
No one can hear this but the audience. I gave him a round of applause. But it's crazy to me because Subnautica was such a, like, it was an indie game. The reason it even grew in popularity is almost 100% due to Jacksepticeye, which is a YouTuber. If you don't know who that is, then get out from under your rock. But that's how I ever knew about it. They put Jacksepticeye in the game, actually, as a plant that talks. It's so cute. But anyway, I had a point. I've also got a lot of tequila in here. Oh yeah, so to hear that the creators have left the team was very sus, and YouTube went wild with it, and then come to find out there's just all these layers, man, like onions and parfaits. There's just so many layers.
There's so many things hiding in the underneath.
It's true. It's so true.
So many scary monsters deep down.
It's true. So true.
I also didn't realise how old Subnautica actually was. It was 2014, wasn't it?
I know!
Holy
it's
Jesus.
Crazy! It's insane. And if you play it now, it plays so well. Like, it holds up because it's basically a crafting game anyway.
But it was on Game Pass for a little bit. I played a little bit of it. It was fun. It wasn't my kind of game, but it was fun.
Well, and then what I call Subnautica 2, which is what confused me so much, but it was
Below
actually
Zero,
DLC.
wasn't it?
Yeah, Below Zero, which, is even more advanced, if you want to call it that, and everything. It's a good, solid game. So all of this was very just left field. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I hope they get their justice and all that stuff.
I hope so as well. I do.
Yeesh. But yeah.
Yes, this was quite the interesting one. But yeah, good luck to obviously those devs or the three execs obviously in their lawsuit against Crafton. You know us, we'd rather support the little guy than the big corporation.
I do love the little guys.
Yeah. Not so little guys, CEOs, of a major company that got bought out by an even more major company. It's not like they're going to be hurting for money that badly, really, are they?
No, and the truth is, it sounds cliche, but the people that are losing in this situation are the workers,
The people that are losing, mostly, the people who are still at the studio working away on Subnautica 2. And the fans of Subnautica.
Oh, yeah, ultimately the fans
are
the biggest losers. Thanks for making me a big loser.
You're not a big loser.
Only a little one?
Just a loser.
Just a loser.
Yeah. Anyway, have you heard
I don't even know her. Yeah. Anyway.
Have you heard about the Stop Killing Games incentive?
Yes, I was hoping we'd talk about this. I tried to talk about it on my channel last week, as a matter of fact, but
well, I've been waiting for
convoluted.
The right. It is, but I've been waiting for the right kind of story to come up to discuss it.
Let's see which side are we each on. I wonder if we're on the same side.
We will get to this once we discuss this story, because I think obviously this story will then start delving into the Stop Killing Games incentive anyway.
I have a feeling we're probably on the same side, but you never know. You never know. There's nuance.
You can't judge. So, anyway, we'll discuss it. We'll discuss it in this article, but if it doesn't, then we'll talk about what it actually is. So, the EU lobbying association responsible for the video game industry has responded to the Stop Killing Games petition and has suggested that, among other objections, forcing companies to support online games perpetually would make live service titles too expensive to develop.
Wow!
That's a lot of words for one sentence.
Wow! Okay, I thought they would be on the consumer side. Wow! EU is usually pro-consumer. They are. I mean, admit it. They're socialists. I don't know if PS frozen or if he's pretending. It's hard to know with PS.
I'm frozen in shock at how stupid that statement is.
It's the EU! They're always pro-consumer.
No, they're not!
To the detriment of corporations several times. Well, you have to remember, I'm an American, which is so anti-consumer, it's not even funny.
Okay, by comparison to the US, fine, but they are not for the consumer. They are more about big business. Always have been. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, so this will explain what the Stop Killing Games is. So Stop Killing Games is a consumer activism movement that challenges lawmakers to introduce legislation that would stop publishers from being able to, quote, destroy video games that have sold to consumers. For example, the movement wants to enshrine in consumer law that games can't be taken offline with no online alternative, such as The Crew, Concord, and Multiverses. I mean, two of those games should definitely be annexed forever.
Absolutely, I do agree with that. But I was thinking of Destiny, that's what I'm always thinking of.
No, I'm definitely thinking Concord should definitely should never ever could return.
No.
No, I'm being facetious here, of course. So, quote, an increasing number of video games are sold effectively as goods with no stated expiration date, but designed to be completely unplayable as soon as support from the publisher ends. So this is a statement from the group. This practice is a form of planned obsolescence. Or
obsolescence, I think is how you say that.
Obsolescence, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
And is not only detrimental to customers, but makes preservation effectively impossible.
Yes.
So a petition launched by a group aimed at the EU has gained over 1.2 million signatures at the time of writing, which has prompted lobbying group Video Games Europe to respond. By the way, that 1.2 million signatures is not even guaranteed to be fully all EU associated people. So some of these may be discounted as those using a VPN to sign to they look like they're in the EU.
Yeah.
We will get to possibly that later on.
Okay. I have lots to say.
Quote, so this is from Video Games Europe. We appreciate the passion of our community. However, the decision to discontinue online services is multifaceted, never taken lightly, and must be an option for companies when an online experience is no longer commercially viable.
Which I agree with, yes.
We understand that it can be disappointing for players, but when it does happen, the industry ensures that players are given fair notice of the prospective changes in compliance with local consumer protection laws. Actually,
Concord.
Concord is a somewhat rare exception. Because I didn't know this until this happened.
Okay.
that actually Anthem is still playable online presently, and they have now been given notice between now and January that the servers are being stopped.
Yeah, like, I think that is how it should be. I agree with that.
But that's the thing, is it usually is.
Not always, though.
No, not always. Like, Concord is like the most extreme example.
It's the most, yeah.
Like, Lawbreakers was another extreme example of it, where the game literally just shut down like about a week later. Like, it's not always the case. It does usually give you about. It does usually give you about a 6-month lead up to basically say that they're shutting down services.
But not on the smaller games. That's the thing. A lot of these smaller crop up games that are, I admit, AI created or whatever, but you know, they're online, live service, battle passes, blah, blah, blah. So you invest in them, boom, they're gone in a month or whatever. You know, like, is Hawked even still going? I have no idea. I haven't even looked. But that's one that, you know, there's these little fly-by-night games. If people buy them, although I think Hawked was free to play. Not my point. My point is they shouldn't take games off just willy-nilly. Like in Destiny, well, especially Destiny 2, Pete can not attest
What,
to
you
this.
you mean vaulting all the content?
That, and then there's games you can't access there's DLC you can't access in Destiny 2. They're also winding down Destiny 2. So if you've paid full price,
they're not winding down. They're actually not winding down Destiny 2 like you think. There's actually a new expansion coming out in a week or so.
Yeah, that's weird to me.
I know,
because they kept
weird.
going, oh, we're sunsetting it, we're sunsetting it.
No, we're done. The final shape is it. That's it.
Yeah, so I pulled out.
That's what she said. Well, that's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said. And yes, Mike's hit the nail on the head where I was going with it before the tequila interrupted me. Are people concerned that Fortnite will be taken down in the future? That is actually what I'm kind of alluding to.
We'll get to that, because obviously Nana has mentioned about one of the games that I did mention at the top is about the crew. He said, I have no strong opinion on this. I think it's funny that it started because the crew of all games.
It did. But
the crew can go too. Like, mid Ubisoft game can always be let go.
It is a bad game. It is. Like, I'm not saying that the games that they have sunset or shut down are good games. That's not the point. It's the money that goes out. The consumer has paid for a product, and that product has ended. So I think there needs to be a fail-safe for the consumer. Consumer protection. That's what I'm about. We all know I'm a left-wing socialist.
We'll get to this, shall we?
Yes, okay.
So the statement also addresses the common argument from players that suggests companies should allow players to run private servers once all official means of playing an online game has ceased. So, quote,
I agree. Halo 2 has a private server that the community has started.
Yes.
Anyway, yes.
There are plenty of games that have also had it.
Yes.
Private servers are not always a viable option for players, as the protections we put in place to secure players' data, remove illegal content, and combat unsafe community content would not exist and would leave rights holders liable. From a legal standpoint, yes, that is correct.
So fix it, companies.
Well, we all know where you stand on this one.
Yeah, we do.
It then claims
I'm a Trotskyist. We know this. This is not something I hide.
It then claims that due to some games being developed, quote, from the ground up to be online only, it would be prohibitively expensive for developers to develop these games in a way that could be supported when official developer support ends. Quote, in addition, many titles are designed from the ground up to be online only. In effect, these proposals would curtail developer choice by making these video games prohibitively expensive to create.
Oh my gosh. Wow, we could have actual games.
Yeah, so anyway, 2024, Velan Studios Director of Marketing Josh Harrison said that developers who shut down live titles should consider releasing a modified version that supports private servers. So Velan's cross-platform dodgeball game, Knockout City, who the hell remembered that game? That was an EA Originals game. Oh wait, that's actually part of the article. Jesus Christ. Was released in May 2021 under EA Originals. Before the studio, which also developed Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, took over publishing duties and made it free to play in 2022.
I also like what Mike said. Yes. I am not a communist. I am a socialist. There is a difference.
Anyway. So we all know where you stand on this one.
Yes. I'm for the consumer. I'm pro-consumer.
Where do I stand on this one?
Uh-huh.
I stand directly in the middle.
In the middle. That's Pete for you.
Of course I do.
Centrist.
I have no opinion either way or the other.
He's a neutrino. What is it on Futurama? You're a neutral.
Yeah. I wouldn't. No, actually, I wouldn't say necessarily I am. I can see the thing. What I'm going with is that I can see both sides of the argument in some degree. Like, I can understand that obviously from a business standpoint, hosting private servers and still hosting server space will make it very expensive for any company, even when you want to sunset a title. The development costs alone just for creating a live service title is exponential, and with today's video game budgets ballooning to exponential rates, or disproportionately like ridiculous rates, it is an almost impossible decision to go, we'll keep this game alive because it's going to cost us £1 million or $1 million per month just for private servers.
Which, my response to that is stop making online-only games.
Hang on, well, let me get to that.
Okay.
Because the other point that I stand on is that actually, for the consumer's sake of it, who the hell cares? We didn't ask for that.
Yeah.
I agree
with Pete. Look at that.
We didn't necessarily want them to spend this kind of money to create a live service game. They made a live service game.
Yes.
And then they chose to sunset the game. That is not our problem. The problem is that we chose not to carry on playing said game because it was either not enjoyable, not very fun, or a dwindling player base meant that it was impossible to find games.
Halo Infinite, cough, cough.
Yes. So that's also not our fault. Exactly. Our time is limited on this world, and there are a lot of games vying for attention. Why are we the ones that have to suffer if we choose not to support a live service product longer than it does? However...
Pete and Mike have said the same thing.
Here's a thought. If a developer doesn't want to support a live service for the long run, stop making them. Correct.
Exactly. 100% agree. Absolutely agree.
This is where my neutral standpoint comes in for the fact.
Okay.
Because I want to see both sides. But the fact of the matter is that the strongest argument between the Stop Killing Games petition is that 100% preservation is next to impossible with live service games. Yes. And I hate that. We've talked about that before. Because I believe in preservation. Now, Steam makes preservation very difficult because it is digital only. Switch 2 is now making digital, much more digital only, or game key cards making preservation much more difficult as well. And Game Pass, to a certain degree, is also making preservation immensely difficult. But I don't want to see a day where all these games are then kiboshed because they shut a server down for us to never be able to play them again. I'd love the fact that I am able to go back and pick up my copy of Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door on GameCube and go and play it whenever the hell I want. It's amazing. No updates required. It's great. Games still left on cartridges or discs is a great idea. But this is where developers then need to start supporting or start allowing for mod communities to go into their game, or if they decide to sunset a game completely, allow certain people, either via a community aspect or via an unofficial official channel through discussion with a developer, to allow certain mods or mod developers to go in and create a mod server for them to run the game on their behalf.
Yeah, which I do realize that opens a whole slew of liability. I do understand that.
It absolutely does, but then it all... it has been done before. So many people have gone in and done mod support servers before. Just look at something like 1964 N64 emulator, which allowed Smash Brothers to be played online for the first time.
Well, I mean, that's true, but we can even bring it up to modern times. What about all of the GTA 5 RPs?
Yep, the same thing.
They have 100% recreated GTA, 5.
Mm-hmm.
I always got to remember which one that is. Down to the last detail. Those RPs, role-playing for people who don't know what the frick I'm talking about.
Yep.
Those servers are... It's literally Liberty City. It's down to the detail. And GTA, Rockstar is... I assume they're okay with this. They've never sued.
They're kind of terrible when it comes to, like, mod support these days and stuff like that. But they have allowed this one to go on, which is very unusual for them these days.
Yeah, because there's like there's at least 3 big named RP servers that are GTA 5 based.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at that going, no one says Rockstar sucks. No one, I mean, lots of people say Rockstar sucks, but I'm talking about specifically about this. They've, filed suits against these mods and against these live service, against these servers, against these RP servers, against, blah, blah, blah. No, they've allowed it to happen. They're okay. They're okay with it.
Yeah, well, remember,
it's
obviously...
tacit permission.
Well, remember when they obviously were suing, or they posted cease and desist for people making, like, Switch versions of, like, GTA 3 and GTA Vice City, mostly because they had the trilogy coming out.
That's the thing. It was awful and terrible, but
exactly.
And they did suck in that regard.
Yeah.
But I do often refer to them, and I'm sure we'll talk about this here in a second. With the Stop Killing Games thing, goes beyond this. In fact, I'll let Pete finish, and then I'll pick up from there.
Well, what I was going to say mostly is that there are games that have been annexed before or have had no community support before, like for the longest time. The developers of the original IP have gone to other studios and said, revive our IP. Night Dive Studio is like one well known for reviving other like previously annexed games. And they do a great job of doing it. And and most of the people from Night Dive are all ex people who used to make pirate software and pirate emulators and stuff like that. Like, give them a reason to actually legally do something that they want to be doing.
I alluded to it earlier, but I'm still standing behind it. The Halo 2 mod community, they shut those Halo 2 servers down 3 years ago, 4 years ago. It was kind of crazy that they'd been... I didn't know that Halo 2 servers were still up.
Oh, they were running for a very long time.
For a very long time. And the mod community just picked it right up and said, hey, we're going to run with this. And Microsoft did not shut them down. It let them go on. And they're still up now.
Still makes me laugh from many, many years ago, the sort of powers that modders and hackers will have. Do you remember when the Halo 3 beta came out as part of the Crackdown game?
Very.
And when they launched it into the open beta, and they had one server still running long after the beta had shut.
Yes.
Because someone just did not turn their Xbox off.
They didn't turn it off. They stayed there.
Do you remember what happened as a result?
I don't remember what happened. No, I just remember that the guy just kept going and going.
It was... I can't remember the time scale in which it happened, but that server finally got a message from the Halo 3 developers at Bungie saying, please can you come out of this? We need to fix the game.
Yes! Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Which I think is incredible.
I love so much. Yeah, absolutely. But it also does show... kind of what yes, Mike Tendos is not Dive are incredible, but kind of like what Mike's saying, what Pete and I are saying, which we're all saying is fine if you don't want to continue a game. Okay, first of all, you need to watch what you charge. Because again, I'm about consumer protection. If I'm going to pay for a full game, I want a full game. If I'm going to pay for a live service, I'm going to pay for a live service. I want that live service. If not, then yeah, lend it out. And I'm saying lend it out because, like I said, Rockstar is not shutting down these RP servers. And it's not doing anything detrimental to Rockstar. And if anything, it's making people buy the game more so that they get to know Liberty City and the characters in it and all that kind of stuff.
I think
so.
I think there's a really good example of a very recent example I've been looking into with this recently. So, for those who are unfamiliar with fighting games,
oh yes,
there was a game.
What are you gonna talk about? Because there's a game I want to talk about.
Well, I'm getting to it. So, Capcom notoriously made a very crappy game called Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yes, they did. That's true.
Absolutely
that is true.
Bombed. It was a piece of crap.
It did.
People claimed that it was like played really well, but it looked like arse. It just wasn't a good game. In fact, it was one of the only Capcom games to ever come out that never made Evo in its entire run, and it was pretty much.
I don't blame it.
The game was sunsetted for a long time. So there has been a community effort, and the same has been had with Marvel vs. Capcom 3 as well, by the way.
Oh gosh.
Well, the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 one is even more ridiculous.
Yes. Oh gosh.
This one is more notable because of the people involved in it. So there has been a community-led mod made to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite called Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond.
Oh dear.
That has completely changed the entire art style of the game, added new music, new modes, new everything.
That's different. That's wild.
And recently had two of its modes completely broken on mod support because Capcom decided to update the game for the first time in 7 years for some reason.
Yeah, I can't imagine what that reason was.
Apparently the reason was because they needed to update the game to work on modern architecture such as x64 rather than 32-bit systems. Bit suspect to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But after a day, they got into the game and managed to get it all working again, which is great. It's fantastic. The reason why they managed to get this working is because apparently they haven't broken any of the systems within the game itself, meaning they haven't gone against the terms of service within the game's code, pretty much, or completely broken down the code.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a very interesting case study, but it just shows, and now the online community of that game is absolutely thriving, still running off a server that is still run by Capcom, which is utterly ridiculous. So,
you know what I thought you were going to bring up?
Go on.
Soul Calibur.
What about Soul Calibur?
Soul Calibur 3, I think, the servers are still up.
Really? On the Xbox?
Yes.
Holy
and
crap.
that is insane to me. Like, how? Like, has someone just forgotten? There's like 4 people on there.
Doesn't matter. It's still being played. People like Soul Calibur 3.
Apparently. But it is, no, it's a good, no, let me say separately, it's a good fighting game. As far as, I'm not a fighting game expert, I love the customization, the abilities, that kind of stuff. Yes, love that. But yes, as far as I know, this year might be different. I don't know, because I haven't checked this year. As far as last year, it was still going, and there was like 4 people on it.
Amazing.
But it's like, how do they keep those things up and not either they're doing it on purpose or they don't know?
I have no idea.
It's not coming out of their bottom line. It's all
it's probably not on theirs, but who the hell knows at this point?
I mean, yeah, but I did want to say, talking about Stop Killing Games, there is a controversy in addition to this, for anyone who is perennially online, as I am and as Pete is. I don't do anything. I just stay online. I just live in YouTube land. I just watch
pretty much, yeah. I'm not going to disagree with that.
Yeah, that's just my life. I don't even watch TV anymore. I just leave it on YouTube and just let it go. But so Stop Killing Games was a petition, as Pete has said. What's going on? Separate to that is this streamer by the name of Thor.
Oh God.
Yes, I am going to talk about him.
Holy crap.
His father, believe me, because he says it every freaking time. His father works at Activision Blizzard. His father develops on World of Warcraft. Wow. He is a QA tester who has developed his own game, yes, but that's separate. Anyway. So every time he streams, he does say...
I've just seen that from Mike. That's great.
Yes. Every time he streams, he talks about how his dad works at Blizzard. Which is nothing against him, really. He's not a bad streamer. It's just that I think last year he did a run on one of the WoW dungeons. I don't know that much about WoW. It's not my thing. The person that I take care of, he's absolutely obsessed with the WoW, so I'm getting that part secondhand. He did a bad move. People blasted him for it. He said, I didn't do that. I'm not a chicken. And then the video footage showed he absolutely was a chicken.
Yeah.
So I don't rate him very high.
Yeah, and didn't he leave his job or something as a result of it?
Yeah, there's this whole thing. He's just not... The person that I take care of absolutely is like crazy about him, but also recognizes that he's got flaws. I have no time for him. He's not my kind of streamer.
No.
But Stop Killing Games came out. And he's got a huge following. He has a huge following. Pete, are you being called?
No, I wondered what that was. Weird sound coming from outside.
Right. Yes, they're coming to get you. But he came out against the Stop Killing Games thing. Petition, that's the word. Which is not surprising because, again, his father works for Blizzard.
Yeah, there might be a little bit of a conflict of interest here, potentially.
Yeah. Yeah, so, small bit. But anyway, so all of his whining and his complaining, because I'm sorry, that is how I feel that, yes, I'm editorializing. Yes, I feel that he's just a whiner and a complainer. I do not care. I tried to watch his streams. I can't. They're not for me. He's a Nepo baby.
I was just about to say, yay, nepotism.
Yeah, I don't do that. It makes me feel icky. I'm kind of in a meritocracy, if you earn it, I'm for you, I will support you. But he has such a fan base and such a following that he has managed to actually throw off the Stop Killing Games petition. He's actually, taking people from that.
He has,
while having an unashamedly position of corporate overlordship.
100%, yeah. But there have been plenty of YouTubers who have got on board with the Stop Killing Games petition, including Oh No, It's Alex, Side Scrollers, and other people like that who've signal boosted it in a major way. But the problem is they're US based, and whilst they've obviously got audiences based around the world, there's only so much that people like that can do. But we, as people who, whether we like it or not, are still technically within the EU,
which I love it.
Doesn't matter anyway. We might still technically be in the EU. We can still make a difference and sign this petition. So if you are interested in doing this at all, sign the petition. If you want live service games to be continuing after games are being sunset by their publishers or their developers,
some sort of fail-safe
or whatever.
Some sort of fail-safe.
If you want a fail-safe written into it by decree of the European Union, do sign the petition. I'm not going to say whether you should or you shouldn't. It's entirely up to you.
That's up to you. Yeah. And I'll tell you right now, Here's one thing I do want to say, and I know this is tequila filled, but I still tequila fueled.
Tequila filled.
Filled. But I do want to say this. Pete and I joke a lot. Pete and I are definitely tend to be on opposite sides of the political spectrum. Guess what? It don't matter.
No.
We still are like best buds forever. It's been 5 years.
Yeah,
it's cool.
You can have a disagreement about politics and still be friends. It's strange damn concept in this day.
I know,
I'm
exactly.
surprised I haven't been cancelled yet for that take.
Yeah, I know. It's very strange to me. So if you are a listener out there, of Rapid Reviews, or if you follow my channel, if you go and find Pete on his various things, and you're like, oh well, I'm a Trump supporter or a Macron supporter. I don't know, whatever country you're from,
wherever you're from, whoever you support,
it don't
whether
matter.
it be left, right, centre, or whatever.
The uniting theme between me and Pete and between all of our listeners is gamers. All we care about is that everyone gets to play games.
Yeah.
That's all we care about. I don't care. That's it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Politics don't faze me.
No.
I believe what I believe. I'm not going to change that. Pete believes what he believes. I'm not going to change that. So
yeah, I believe you're a disgusting trotskyist, and I don't believe that one bit. But hey, you're still my mate. It's cool.
Yeah, see, we'll still have barbecues together.
Yeah, except mine will be a lot more fruitful and a lot more on it because I won't have to share it with the rest of the state.
Yes. I'll have to stand in a few hours with the red line. It's fine. See, I can joke. See, we laugh.
Yeah.
But I just want to put that out there for any the young people listening to us or anything like that. Don't be put off by politics. All we care about is games. That's it. That's all I care about. I want everyone to get to play games, and that's it. That's it. That's
Agreed.
The full.
Yeah. We can disagree about where we stand on this politically, but the one thing we can agree on is let's play games. Let's be able to live and let live and play games. Cool. Anyway.
Yep, exactly. And yes, but I like what Mike says. The important thing is being able to express your opinions, but not press your opinions on other people. Exactly. Like Pete can tell me everything he believes. You know what? I'm not going to sit here and go, I can't be friends with you. I don't want to hear it. Blah blah. I don't.
Yeah, you've told me everything that you believe in, and I'm like, ugh.
I'm very honest.
But
yes, I am a
that's on you, mate.
Yes, he's like, okay, whatever. But just
as long as you're not browbeating it with me to make.
Gosh, no. I am very much. Again, because of my political beliefs, I very much believe that everyone is entitled to do whatever they want. Live and let live as long as you don't hurt anybody else. That is my absolute philosophy. I do not care what you believe as long as you do not affect me. I do not care.
So long as you ain't murdering people. Or, Or
don't hurt
the
innocent
kids.
people. I don't care. I literally could not care any less what your political stance is. I'll still be your friend.
Don't murder, don't diddle.
Yeah, don't do. Yeah, that is something Pete and I definitely agree on.
Yeah, there you go. Words to live by. Anyway, let's talk about Ghost of Yote, shall we?
Yes, and I will drink more tequila. I will go on my 4th tequila while Pete talks about this.
Anyway, so Ghost. This was announced during a recent State of Play that there was going to be a gameplay demonstration of Ghost of Yote, and it actually happened a couple of days ago. So Thursday, as we record this, so 3-4 days ago, where it was a 19-minute direct solely dedicated to Ghost of Yote, describing its gameplay, its features, its functions, and everything as such. So we're gonna mildly discuss what was revealed within that. So it revealed the world of Yote and its main character Atsu, which is the female protagonist that was shown, who is known in the game as the Oreo. I don't know.
Interesting.
So a lot of this is and this gave me really, really, really strong, horrible flashbacks, as this is a revenge story.
Oh
no! A PlayStation game about revenge. Oh no!
Which we should talk about Neil Druckmann, but we'll do that. We'll
do that later. We'll do that later.
Because Nana made a good point on my show. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yes.
Danka said, I think you find it's Oreo.
Oh, I like Oreos.
It's Onryo. Sorry, or whatever you pronounce it. Anyway, so it's pretty much a choose your own adventure. So you can go around like an open world game. You can go around, do your own thing. You can go and find some spas or whatever around the world. You can play in various different play styles. So you've got your classic samurai sword. You've got interchangeable weapons such as spears and such. Dual wielding swords this time, and a big, massive ass sword as well. It's pretty massive. That's what she said.
Like clouds, as big as clouds.
It's quite large, yeah. And this look. To be fair, it doesn't give it justice. Obviously, me describing it, but the world of Yotei looks absolutely stunning. It looks quite incredible. A lot was said about the protagonist previously when it was shown off, but this is a time skip. It's in a different time, several hundred years after the events of Tsushima, which is fine. I've got no issues with that whatsoever. They have made some very interesting changes to this in the fact that leveling up is done in a very different way, where rather than trying to find people around the world to level up, you go to a camp. You sit around the campfire and they come to you.
Okay.
Which I think is quite a cool function.
It's an interesting concept. Okay.
Yeah, because you could be camped in the middle of the world somewhere and you randomly find someone. Or someone comes up to your camp. It would happen in the world. So someone's looking for you, fine. Like I said, they showed off numerous different numerous different play styles. They also revealed that there's limited edition consoles for both the PS5 and the PS5 Pro, launching on October 2nd. I personally don't like the look of them because it just looks like they've shoved a faceplate on it, which you could just go and buy a faceplate. That's fine. However, they did also reveal that, like with the previous game, Ghost of Tsushima, there is a Kurosawa mode within this.
That's cool.
They have also, from the outset as well, got a fully voiced in Japanese with subtitles.
Oh, see, I'm all about that.
But they have also got several different modes on there. One which is where the camera moves in like a lot closer to the action, which is very similar to another kind of director from samurai movies, and I cannot remember who it was. But they have also got a score that's being created, which is basically they've got a load of different Japanese artists coming in, or musicians playing classic instruments, and the score is very much inspired by Japanese music. But they've also got a film director who specialises in Japanese lo-fi music coming in to create some of the score for the open world.
Okay, I can kind of dig that. So yeah, might be worth checking out.
So I wasn't necessarily interested in this game because I liked Tsushima, but I found it kind of stale towards the end.
Right, okay. I really liked it. Okay.
Like I don't get me wrong, I love the combat of it. I just thought the story was a bit dry.
Okay, I all right, I can see what you're saying.
That's where I sort of got to the point. The combat is incredible. The world is really detailed and really vibrant, but I just could not get on board with the story. I just found it really dull. But
yes, Mike, exactly.
But this
bare naked ladies.
Apart from the revenge story side of things,
yes,
I think I might be interested in playing this, but I'm not willing to unbox my PS5 to do so.
Now see, that's the true test right there.
This might be one where, if it comes to PC, and it might do about a year after, because it's typical for PlayStation nowadays.
Yes.
I will probably buy it on PC.
Yes.
So, that's fine. So yeah, bit of a quick one in terms of all that, because we've gone long on certain other news.
That's what she said.
I'm only going to cover this one quickly. Nintendo is ending the Nintendo Switch game voucher service. That is due to come to an end on July 30th, 2026. So if you didn't know what this service was, it was you could buy 2 game vouchers for £80 or basically $100. It meant that it gave you a saving on two digital games of about $20. So rather than it being like 50 each, it'd be 40 each. Or whatever, or rather than being $60 each, it'd be $50
Nintendo
each.
games never come down in price.
No, they don't. But this was digital only, and it's due to come to an end on 30th of January 2026. But if you've bought them, then they will remain in place until January of 2027.
Well, there you go. Well, now that's good. I'm glad about that.
So anyway, Nano's stating in the chat in terms of Ghost of Tsuyote. The other director is Shinichiro Watanabe. He made Samurai Champloo.
Oh, Champloo and Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Woo,
Thank you for clarifying.
That's like 90s.
I watched this about 7:30 this morning. I was incredibly tired.
Yes.
I didn't make notes, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the game voucher service that's coming to an end. We'll go over this story and then we'll finish up with a really stupid story, shall we?
Yay, stupid stories!
So this one is not such a great one. Nintendo's war on piracy has escalated as the US Federal Bureau of Investigation, or the FBI, has seized a popular Nintendo Switch piracy site.
No! I disagree.
So the site, which hosted thousands of pirated versions of Switch games, was seized this week in accordance with a seizure warrant issued by the United States District Courts for the Northern District of Georgia.
How do they have time to do that right now?
I don't know.
Have you seen the US news? Anyway, go ahead.
Let's not. This site was already part of the EU's privacy watch list as of earlier this year. Nintendo Switch faced piracy issues throughout its life. We all know that anyway. While revisions of the system have been issued in an attempt to curb widespread pirating of games, it remains a mainstream console with a piracy problem. So it's not really
piracy is not a problem.
It's not really going into any more detail, saying that it's just basically this site's got taken down. So if you try to access the site, it literally had the notice on there saying this has been seized by the FBI.
They should be concentrating on Epstein anyway.
Don't need to. Epstein did. He didn't kill himself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's finish with a stupid story, shall we?
Yay, stupid story.
So, do you happen to remember that there was a little bit of furore when the Nintendo Switch 2 came out? And this is solely centered around US-based retailer GameStop.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Do you remember what happened?
I don't remember because I've had 5 tequilas. So
what happened is that when the Switch 2 pre-orders came in,
yes,
because they were in a certain area of the US, the tape wouldn't work and stick to the box. So to pin the receipt onto the box, they used
they stapled it.
And the stapler then... the staples then ended up going through the box and into the screen.
I remember that, yes.
So the stupid story is that GameStop is now auctioning off the stapler and staples that damaged the Switch 2 consoles for charity.
I have no words. I have had 5 tequilas and I have no words for this.
And this is why I put these kinds of stories in. You need to see the video just to see the reaction alone. It is hilarious.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? They will stoop to no level. To no level. No level is too low. The bar is...
Oh, Jesus Christ. Do you know what makes... Do you know what makes this worse? I've basically... summed up what happened already before, so I won't go into some of this. So now GameStop has begun an auction for the stapler and its hardware it damaged. The offending stationery is being auctioned in aid of Children's Miracle Network.
That's the most American thing I've ever heard in my life.
So far, the highest bid for the item is currently, and let's play the guessing game, shall we? What's that thing? The Price is Right. Shall we play the Price is Right game here?
Right.
I'm going to leave anyone who's read the article. Please do not comment in the chat. Obviously, if you're listening to this on when it's on podcast, you can't get involved. Sorry.
Yes.
Play the Price is Right game to the nearest amount. What do you reckon the price is currently, as of the time of the writing of this article?
I say 2,000. That's what I say.
Not even close, and no cigar for you.
I can't.
Mike, you are allowed a comment then. Nana, Danka, whoever else is in the chat, please make
Danker says 33K.
Yes.
I can't. I can't.
He said he's not read it, but he won't chime in. Why? Okay, anyway.
I can't. I cannot. This is the most American thing
Whilst
ever.
I'm waiting for more to come in, I'll just read this quote. A black stapler used by a GameStop associate who, in a moment of launch night excitement and misjudged enthusiasm, stapled a receipt directly to a customer's new Nintendo Switch 2 box, puncturing both cardboard and screen in one swift motion. Features authentic field use wear throughout and retired immediately from service. The stapler now stands as a retail legend born from half-second decision.
I hate this. Flame says 1K. Mike Tendo says 300K.
The lot.
We're talking dollars, right?
We are talking dollars, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I said 2K.
Okay, so without the closest without going over is actually Danka.
Right, okay. Danker's at 33K.
And he is actually nowhere close either. So Mike went high with 300,000, but he is well over, unfortunately.
Kidding me? You have to be kidding me. I'm glad this benefits charity, but WTF, yo, what?
At the time of writing, the item, well, according to the article, $108,895.
And that's the stapler.
Yeah. For a stapler.
Speechless. I am no speech. I am speechless. No words.
The funny thing is, I am not. This is the same absolutely asinine world that we live in that bought a banana on the wall.
I know. I hate that so much. For those who don't know what he's talking about, it was an art installation with a banana on the wall, and the person not only bought the banana on the wall, he ate the banana on the wall. And
then replaced it.
And that, my friends, is supposedly art.
Modern art is shit.
AI is going to replace us all.
And at this point, I
maybe we deserve it.
I respect and wish that all the best for our new corporate AI overlords. Remember, I was kind to you.
I said thank you. When you asked me if I wanted that put in a chart, I said thank you, yes. So remember that.
Remember, I didn't use and abuse you and work you to the bone. Right. I just blissfully ignored you.
Mike says this is a mad, mad, mad world, which is a good movie.
It is. It very much is. But that's our news for this week. I felt we needed a little bit of a palate cleanser after that craziness.
Holy crap, though. Holy crap. I'm glad it benefits charity. That's what I'll say. Yes. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we do. This is okay. I did some quick research. The names of the directors are Akira Kurosawa, yes, and Takashi Miike?
Yeah.
For the Ghost of Yotei stuff. And then this is we did. Well, yes, we need a palate cleanser. I do thank you so much for joining us. If you are listening to this and you have not come and seen us over on twitch.tv/rapper reviews, what is wrong with you? We have so much fun here. Our chat is amazing. You've heard samples from them as we've read them out. You can come and join us over here and get in on the news stories yourself. And
join
also
the discussion.
Get it? Yeah. Get a distraction, and then you can see me drunk. Not every Sunday. I don't get this sloshed every Sunday. Most Sundays. But it is
Just
fun.
every Sunday that ends in Y.
Yeah, exactly, Pete, exactly. But we do invite you to come join us. We have a great crew here in the chat. You're always welcome. You can lurk if you want to lurk. We don't call out lurkers. You can just chill and watch us and make our numbers go up. Hey. But also, Pete has other projects that he does. Pete, where else can they find you and your many projects?
You can find me and my many projects in many places. That's the problem. Well, you can find me manhandling or not even touching or whatever the social medias. So Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I don't go near that crap.
Our Radio Pod and Blue Sky. Just search out Rapid Reviews Radio.
That's all.
We're on I'm on Discord in various other Discords.
Yeah.
I do some other projects. The first is obviously my more regular contribution to the Neville Watchers, where we do film and TV shows, and we're due to record a new one, which is going to be RoboCop soon. But we have got some Marvel projects in the pipeline, such as Ironheart and Fantastic Four.
I cannot wait for either of those. I'm looking forward to those.
So if that's your kind of thing, check out the Neville Watchers on podcast players such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, and a few other bad ones.
Yes. Podcast Addict, I think, is another one.
I'm going to be working on a new avenue for distribution soon enough, but I need to get the logistics and the permission sorted out first with my co-host. So we'll discuss that in the future. But
that's new.
I may also be involved in another site from another person in this current chat. Best friend of the show, Mike Tendo64, where I am a regular contributor to the site.
I can't believe it.
Anyway,
I'm shocked.
Where I as recently as this morning, as I'm recording this currently live, may have done a podcast recording with Mike and Richard Stokes about remembering the passing of the 10-year anniversary of Satoru Iwata.
Which is insane. It does not feel like 10 years.
Yeah.
That is not a joke. It does not.
We remembered some fun times. We read some quotes from the Iwata Ask book or Ask Iwata.
Which is a great.
Yeah.
It's a great book. We've read it.
And it was very fun. It is currently live on YouTube. I'm not sure if it's on the other podcast players yet, but it is due to be released soon on the audio version. But it's videoed, and that was a first. So
it's great.
It was a test version. Mike's done some stuff in the background to make sure it actually looked pretty good. So
I'm sure it looked amazing.
It was a joint contribution between the two of us, and I thank Mike once again for letting me contribute towards the site. Oh, it is on Spotify now, so
nice.
Yay, hooray! But yeah, thank you for having me on, and thanks for allowing me to get involved and remember some good times. Where I also posed a very interesting question I posed before on this podcast. And you'll have to go and listen to it to see if that is the case, because that might then lead into another episode we might be doing in the future.
Oh no.
Anyway, that's all from me. Go away now. No, I'm joking. Kylie, where can they find you and your stuffs?
I am literally only found, because I am, a special diamond in the universe, only found over on twitch.tv/KILEY_WILDE. Well, that and TikTok. You can find me on TikTok and YouTube. Okay, so I'm not only found on Twitch, but mostly I am. Mondays, we do Mayhem Mondays, which is where I shoot a lot of people in the game. And then Wednesdays, we do Weird Game Wednesdays, which, to be fair, they've been really weird lately. Like, really weird. really weird. I don't really have much more to add to that one. Just strange, odd games. And then Fridays, we do Frightening Fridays, which right now we're finishing up Resident Evil Village because I'm very excited for Resident Evil 9. Those may not be connected. We'll see. I don't think they are. But I still think Resident Evil Village is one of the best Resident Evil games out there. The characterizations are just done so wonderful. I would watch a movie about just the characters alone. It doesn't even have to be the same story. It could be a totally different story, but the characters are good. And then sometimes I do in-between stuff. That's usually going to be Doom or Hitman, because ultimately I am a Hitman streamer, which sounds odd because I haven't done a Hitman stream in about 2 weeks, but it happens. It happens. Yes, and I do appreciate if you can follow there, if you can like and subscribe over on YouTube, like and subscribe. I do a lot of shorts over on YouTube that are quite well received, which means that people are laughing with me as opposed to laughing at me. Who knows? I don't care. It gets me views. Laugh at me if you want. And also check me out on TikTok as well. I recently got unshadow banned, so I would appreciate any views over on TikTok, because they shadow banned me because people use VPNs. Yeah, which is fine. Like, I love VPNs. I think VPNs are amazing. Unfortunately, TikTok punishes you if people use VPNs to watch videos.
Damn you libertarians going against socialism.
I know, right? I'm so struck between two worlds. But yes, I just saw, I was looking in chat. Anyway, so that's kind of where I am. Oh, Paulo's going to come say hi. Come on, Paulo. Ah, look at him.
I'm getting big.
He is getting big. He's a big boy.
Big for a chihuahua.
Yeah. He loves me so much. Yes, you can come watch Paulo over on twitch.tv/KLOY_WILDE, because he's there. He likes to come see me and talk to me. But I think that's the do it for me, Pete. Is that everything from you?
Yeah, is that everything from you, Apollo?
Oh, you heard his name. You heard his name in the speaker. Then that means we will see you.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
He's so good. Oh, look at him! I can hear you. We will see you and talk to you next week. Bye!
Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Rapid Reviews Radio Podcast. You can watch the recording of the show live on Twitch every Sunday evening at 7 PM UK time at www.twitch.tv/rapidreviews. You can also watch the podcast on YouTube, search Rapid Reviews 5534, and you can also watch the video version of the show on Spotify, just search Rapid Reviews Radio. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, a rating, or a comment on this episode. You can also follow us on Twitter at rrradiopod, as well as on Blue Sky at rrradiopodcast.bsky.social. Also be sure to visit rapidreviewsuk.com for all the latest reviews and previews.